Information is the next reason that the economics of climate change fails to behave according to free market principles. In a free market, providers and consumers make rational decisions based on information about the cost, quantity, and quality of the available goods and services. Information about global climate change, however, suffers from being sparse, uncertain, or not publicly available. For instance, estimates of polar bear populations are sparse, estimates of greenhouse gas emissions from various sources are uncertain, and estimates of petroleum reserves in various locations are not publicly available. Without reliable information, economic decisions are prone to error. About 25 satellites that currently orbit Earth provide crucial data about the planet's climate trends. More than half of these are near or past their expected lifetimes and soon will no longer be operational. Failure to launch replacement satellites will severely limit the information available about the state of the world. Nonetheless, President George W. Bush, during his 8 years in office, diverted much of the funding from Earth-monitoring satellites to human exploration of other worlds such as Mars. The last reason for failure of market forces, which we will cover, is the multi-generational nature of climate change. Average global temperatures have warmed discernibly only after 2 centuries of large-scale emissions of greenhouse gases. Even if these emissions abate today, temperatures will continue to rise through the next century. Such long delays between cause and effect, action and reaction, increase the difficulty of developing efficient economic policies. For example, total costs of greenhouse gas emissions are minimal when marginal costs of emission controls equal marginal costs of climate change. But evaluating marginal costs of climate change may take decades or longer, during which time marginal costs of emission control may decrease with technological advances or increase with labor costs. The long timescales of climate change also influence the cost of borrowing money to construct large infrastructure projects to address them. Loans even at low interest rates, what is more formally known as discount rate, reach phenomenal sums when compounded continuously over many decades. Encumbering future generations with huge debts presents an ethical dilemma. These issues receive fuller treatment in the following sections. Most economists believe that market forces alone cannot achieve significant reductions in greenhouse gas emissions because of national interests, monopolies, free goods, lack of information, and multi-generational timescales. Governments, therefore, have the right and responsibility to take corrective measures. There is far less agreement about what types of measures, taxes, permits, tax or dividend, or cap and trade will be most effective. Proponents of each type usually support their arguments with cost versus benefit analysis, the topic of the next video segment. In summary, number 1, indiscriminate use of Earth's atmosphere is a tragedy of the commons. Number 2, information about greenhouse gas emissions is not readily available. Number 3, long delays between cause and effect increase the difficulty of developing efficient economic policies about climate change.